Hello mesdemoiselles, welcome to a brand new video here on my channel. My name is Tricia and I'm a content creator. Now, if this is the first time you're here, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything new that I publish every week. This week I thought it would be fun to dive into a constructive conversation centered on habits that diminish our value and tarnish our reputation as women. There is an old proverb that says your character is the story you write about yourself, and the reputation is the story others write about you based on the character you display. For a better understanding, let's consider a company. Every business has a product and service, which is what they deliver to their customer to meet their needs. Every business has a brand, which is how they want people to feel when they encounter or engage with it. Every business also has a reputation, which is how people actually perceive your business, your brand, products, services, and more. Reputation is a big deal for any business. To achieve the highest level of success for their company, one must pay particular attention to reputation. A good company reputation opens the door to opportunity and provides unhindered access to your ideal client base and stakeholders. To ensure that customers remain faithful and committed, the business must ensure that their behavior and performance are either consistent or exceed expectations. To increase their value and performance, companies select areas where they want to excel and work on creating the reputation of delivering unique excellence. Have you ever asked yourself why successful people have always stressed on the building and maintaining of reputation as a fundamental ingredient to success? It is common knowledge that reputation, like all good things, takes a long time to build and almost no time to lose. You can spend years building your reputation, but it can vanish in a blink of an eye. And that's because people usually don't remember the good. People usually remember the one bad things that we do. As George Washington once said, a reputation once broken may possibly be repaired, but the world will always keep their eyes on the spots where the crack was. It is fair enough to say that good reputation is an obvious and quick way to know what kind of a person you're dealing with. Any company would avoid dealing with another corporation which has a tarnished reputation in the market. A person would avoid going out with another person who's known to have a bad reputation in the social sphere. People use reputation as a great way to screen people. Majority of people preach and believe in not caring about the opinions of others, but a degree of caring about what the people think is important. Proverbs 22:1 says, "A good name is more desirable than great wealth. Respect is better than silver or gold." Your reputation has control over who marries you, who hires you, who decides to invest in you, and those who would like to do business with you, just to name a few. A bad reputation will certainly restrict your career options in life. In most people's eyes, not caring equates to not bothering, and that's the last type of person anyone wants to be around. You may be wondering why people ghost me or even try to avoid me at all costs. I have gathered 6 unattractive behaviors that have been proven to scare people off. May this be your guide as you embark on your journey to increase your value. Use it as a tool to select areas where you want to excel and work on creating the reputation of a high-value woman. Starting with complaining. Many people will refer from being close to people who are constantly complaining about everything, including their insecurities. It is draining and energy consuming to constantly be exposed to a friend, significant other, sister, brother, or anyone who's constantly complaining about their body image, insecurity, excess, financial, or life situation. As you may know, energy is contagious. When you surround yourself with happy people, you will notice that their company will positively affect you. Whereas being around someone who complains 24/7 will affect your energy in a bad way if you do not intervene to prevent the side effects. Though it may seem harmless at first, in the long run it may result in psychological harm. Often when people vent about their insecurities, it is in the search of reassurance, relying on others to tell you what you need to hear. It is okay to consider those in your circle as therapists, but keep in mind that people get annoyed easily by these type of conversations. This goes to show that complaining creates more harm than good for you and those around you. Number 2 is not taking advice or feedback with grace. Now, I am not saying that you should take all advice you're given. Have the discernment to know which to accept and which to reject. It takes a humble person to be able to hear and accept critical guidance and feedback from others. Being able to accept constructive feedback graciously is a blessing and an art in itself. Most people find it difficult to accept criticism and instead struggle to explain and justify themselves. Many of us react with defensiveness and anger, or even worse, attack the person giving feedback. This is due to the perceived disparity between identity and reputation. How we see ourselves is contrary to how others see us. As a result, that disparity leads to us ignoring feedback and denying our shortcomings. It is important to see the value that is in constructive criticism. Constructive criticism helps us to identify our weakness and work on them for better results. That is how we improve ourselves as human beings. Personality assessment and feedback provide a clear understanding of our reputation and the characteristics and behaviors that contribute to that reputation. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a people fall, but in abundance of counselors there is safety." Proverbs 12:15 goes on to add, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice." The third behavior is gossiping. Personally, a person who engages in gossip is someone I would never feel comfortable confiding in. When you gossip, you're telling your audience you are not one to be trusted, that you can be malicious and don't mind spreading lies. It also tells people that you are insecure, because gossip focuses on lifting ourselves up by pushing others down. While gossip aims to attack someone else's character, spreading and perpetuating negative and unsubstantiated stories about people goes against the code of conduct of a high-value woman. If you have a problem with someone, respect them enough to directly talk to them humbly and honestly. Listen patiently and if needed, forgive them. There is no reason for you running your mouth up and down talking about these people just to make yourself feel secure. The fourth behavior is not being grateful. Have you ever had the opportunity to sit or live with an ungrateful person? I'm curious to know, what was your experience? How did you feel living with that person? Ungrateful people can be toxic and damaging to those around them. Ungrateful people are often selfish and like to take advantage of people. These type of people are known to be emotionally manipulative. They are quick to ask and expect to be given, but very slow to say thank you or show gratitude. They are never satisfied. They always have something to complain about. They feel so entitled that they act as if whatever people do for them, it is their duty. They take everything for granted. People tend to run away from this individual due to their bad behaviors of not being grateful. Behavior number 5 is using inappropriate language. The choice of words you use in your day-to-day interactions affect how you're judged. Let's face it, ladies, there's nothing classy about swearing. Can you imagine Michelle Obama or Oprah Winfrey swearing? Maybe on occasion, but it's very difficult to imagine swear words coming from their mouth. By not swearing, you can project sophistication and class, both of which can help you earn the respect of others. Matthew 12:36-37 tells us that we will have to give account on the day of judgment for every careless word that we have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. Ephesians 5:4 support this statement by saying, "Nor should there be obscenity, foolish talk, or coarse joking, which are out of place, but rather thanksgiving." Most often when people swear, it's due to lack of better words or poor vocabulary. You may have noticed that a good percentage of businesses supply a lot of effort into staying away from bad publicity. A high-value woman will be skeptical to associate with a group of women or men for fear of getting her reputation tarnished. Birds of same feather flock together. I'm pretty sure you've heard that somewhere. If you swear a lot, expect that people with similar vocabulary will be attracted to you. You can only attract what you are. Behavior number 6 is posting or displaying sexually explicit or violent material on social media. If a book is judged by its cover, a social media user is judged by his or her profile. Young women are not the only ones posting sexualized content on social media. Adults do it too, and not just women. Research found that a woman who maintained a sexualized Facebook profile was viewed as less attractive, both physically and socially, as well as less competent. You might be beautiful, you might be built, you might love your body and have the confidence to show it proudly, and that is great, baby. Go do you, you're doing amazing. But posing in overly exposing outfits on Instagram doesn't give the perception that you are a lingerie model. It makes you look cheap, like the only value you offer is your body. Any picture of a naked, half-naked woman will get lots of views online, lots of likes, lots of shares, but it doesn't make you special. It makes you an adult film star, but without the paycheck. As a young woman with virtues and values, posting explicit and provocative material on social media is not the best tool to use when trying to build a respectful image or brand of yourself. Behavior number 6 is behaving as if you're already married to the person you're dating. This makes you feel entitled and pushes you to be overly demanding and needy. In turn, excessive neediness drives you to unattractive behaviors that can eventually repulse the person you like or are dating. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time you hear the following sentence: don't be a wife to a boyfriend, or don't give a boyfriend husband privileges. Cooking, cleaning, washing, and doing all the other duties expected from a wife to a man that is not committed to you screams desperateness. It reduces your respect and self-worth. Most women tend to be more accepting of even the most hurtful things, all for the desire to be loved by someone else. They constantly strive to fill that void, no matter how much it hurts them to do so. All this is due to lack of self-love. Acting as a wife to a boyfriend does not increase the chances of your boyfriend marrying you. Acting as a wife before you are a wife is dishonest and probably manipulative. Most women give too much of themselves with little to offer. They are probably too available, too accessible, or too naive to notice. All these are behaviors that diminish our value and tarnish our reputation as women. We should fight them at all costs to maximize our value and respect in society. And that marks the end of our video for today. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, kindly let me know in a comment below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon. À bientôt, mes demoiselles!